Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes, and I'm smiling at this one. Now, the SNP are very left wing, of course they are, and they are very proudly left wing. They also claim that they speak for the people of Scotland. However, that seems to be not the case. There's been a big supranational survey across the whole of Europe, all the countries in Europe, and they've asked people about their attitudes to Donald Trump. Which country, my dear young things, do you think is the most pro-Trump country in Europe? Yep, it's Scotland. Of course it is. Even Italy, which has got a right-wing government, a very right-wing government, doesn't support Trump as much as Scotland does. And yet you have the SNP sitting there, slagging him off, talking about the people of Scotland don't like Trump, blah, blah, blah. It goes to show how far out of touch the SNP are if they think that Donald Trump isn't popular in Scotland, when Scotland is the most pro-Trump country in Europe. Talk about getting it wrong again. And mind you, this is the same SNP who were sucking up to him back in about 2006 and 2007 when he was trying to build golf courses and things. But hey-ho, they were after his money back then. Now, not so much. And so, as we are, 2 days away now from the election, when millions of the general public in America go to the polls and don't vote for either president, because people in America don't vote for their president. It's a weird system that they have. Then that'll happen. Then on early hours of Wednesday morning, we'll find out that Donald Trump has become the 47th president of the United States. It's only happened one time before, by the way, that there's been a split presidency. I know who it is. See who writes down in the comments if you know who it is. Anyway, there we go. So Mark McGeegan, don't take my word for all this, by the way. Mark McGeegan is a polling and politics expert at the University of Glasgow. And he's said about this, and he's talked, and I'm going to give you the quote that he's got. He said, "For decades, we have stuck to the myth that we are more left-wing and socially liberal than our neighbours. A story that, for the pro-independence wing of Scottish politics, feeds a sense that our different politics justifies independence. But it is just that, a story." Says the sense that Scotland is more immune to Trump's brand of right-wing populism than other parts of the UK or Europe is rooted in the fact that Thatcherism and deindustrialisation rendered the Conservatives toxic north of the border, and that the SNP chose to target Labour voters. He says the legacy is a party system that is much more left-leaning than most, but not an electorate. So what he's saying is the party political system in Scotland is very left-wing. Fair enough. He says, but the trouble is the people of Scotland aren't. And that's why they consistently vote more for parties of the right than parties of the left. Well done, Mark McGeegan. He summed it up wonderfully. Anyway, let me know what you think. Thanks a lot. Bye.